first and the numbers second. See progress beyond the numbers. If the answer is yes, then Chartered Accountancy could be for you. Become a Chartered Accountant. Become a difference maker.
In a rapidly changing world, Chartered Accountants are the custodians of trust. We ensure transparency and accountability, driving businesses towards a sustainable future.
As Chartered Accountants, we play a key role in sustainability, ensuring that businesses prosper and contribute positively to our planet and people.
By embracing new technology, we are leading the charge in integrating and assuring the reliability of AI, transforming how businesses operate.
Ethics is our cornerstone. Chartered accountants uphold the highest standards, guiding businesses with integrity and fairness.
We shape communities and drive economic growth, making sure that prosperity is shared and sustainable.
Our qualification opens doors to work worldwide, whether it's New York, Lahore, Nairobi, or London. Chartered accountants are there making an impact, locally and globally.
By building connections, we network across borders, sharing knowledge and expertise to solve global challenges.
From local enterprises to multinational corporations, we ensure financial health and strategic success, powering economies around the world.
Adaptability is key. We thrive in dynamic environment, ready to tackle any challenge with innovative solutions.
We lead with purpose, not only to drive profit, but also ensure businesses are ethically and environmentally conscious.
Chartered accountants are puzzle solvers. We decode complex financial information, providing clarity and direction.
Our work shapes economies. By ensuring robust financial systems and sustainable practices, we help build resilient economies with the aim to preserve and grow market capital value.
We are strong locally and connected globally. Join us. Be part of a global profession that's making a tangible difference in the world.
Wherever you are in the world, there's a symbol that shows you're part of a global network of trusted, highly skilled individuals. With over 750,000 chartered accountants and 1 million students in 190 countries. Research shows that if you display the Chartered Accountants Worldwide Network member logo, business leaders and clients see you as more relevant to helping them internationally. You worked hard for this respect. Display it with pride. Join the global network of chartered accountants. We're stronger together.
Our world is built on numbers. They're behind every business. They inform every decision. Numbers have the power to truly transform, drive ambition, and create sustainable economies. But can you see the opportunity ahead of the numbers? Do you see making a difference first and the numbers second? See progress beyond the numbers? If the answer is yes, then chartered accountancy could be for you. Become a chartered accountant. Become a difference maker.
In a rapidly changing world, chartered accountants are the custodians of trust. We ensure transparency and accountability, driving businesses towards a sustainable future.
As chartered accountants, we play a key role in sustainability, ensuring that businesses prosper and contribute positively to our planet and people.
By embracing new technology, we are leading the charge in integrating and assuring the reliability of AI, transforming how businesses operate.
Ethics is our cornerstone. Chartered accountants uphold the highest standards, guiding businesses with integrity and fairness.
We shape communities and drive economic growth, making sure that prosperity is shared and sustainable.
Our qualification opens doors to work worldwide, whether it's New York, Lahore, Nairobi, or London. Chartered accountants are there, making an impact, locally and globally.
By building connections, we network across borders, sharing knowledge and expertise to solve global challenges.
From local enterprises to multinational corporations, we ensure financial health and strategic success, powering economies around the world.
Adaptability is key. We thrive in dynamic environment, ready to tackle any challenge with innovative solutions.
We lead with purpose, not only to drive profit, but also ensure businesses are ethically and environmentally conscious.
Chartered accountants are puzzle solvers. We decode complex financial information, providing clarity and direction.
Our work shapes economies. By ensuring robust financial systems and sustainable practices, we help build resilient economies with the aim to preserve and grow market capital value.
We are strong locally and connected globally. Join us. Be part of a global profession that's making a tangible difference in the world.
Wherever you are in the world, there's a symbol that shows you're part of a global network of trusted, highly skilled individuals. With over 750,000 chartered accountants and 1 million students in 190 countries. Research shows that if you display the Chartered Accountants Worldwide Network member logo, business leaders and clients see you as more relevant to helping them internationally. You worked hard for this respect. Display it with pride. Join the global network of chartered accountants. We're stronger together.
Our world is built on numbers. They're behind every business. They inform every decision. Numbers have the power to truly transform, drive ambition, and create sustainable economies. But can you see the opportunity ahead of the numbers? Do you see making a difference first and the numbers second? See progress beyond the numbers? If the answer is yes, then Chartered Accountancy could be for you. Become a Chartered Accountant. Become a difference maker.
Wherever you are in the world, there's a symbol that shows you're part of a global network of trusted, highly skilled individuals. With over 750,000 chartered accountants and 1 million students in 190 countries. Research shows that if you display the Chartered Accountants Worldwide Network member logo, business leaders and clients see you as more relevant to helping them internationally. You worked hard for this respect. Display it with pride. Join the global network of chartered accountants. We're stronger together.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you may be across the globe, tuning in for this episode of Difference Makers Discuss. I'm Sinead Donovan, and throughout this series, I have the pleasure of speaking to some of our most exceptional Chartered Accountants members worldwide. And today is no different. I am talking to ICAS member Ken Croarkin. Ken sits on the council of ICAS. Sorry, I should have said that's Scotland. But just to confuse you all, Ken is based in New York, having moved there a number of years ago. So Ken is now one of a couple of overseas members from ICAS that sit on their council. So, Ken, you are very welcome. I have given you I've introduced you as what you currently are, but there is a whole backstory there from your training days in the UK to how you ended up as partner in Eisner Ampner in New York today. So, do you want to fill in the gaps for us?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, Sinead. Glad to be here. Yeah, I grew up in Glasgow in Scotland. First person to go to university in my family. Chartered accountant, didn't really come across to them when I was growing up very much, but they seemed to do pretty well. And the career advisor said, maybe you should do accounting or do law. And I thought, well, they seem to do okay, so I'll go for it. So went to Dundee University in Scotland, away from home, for a couple of hours away anyway. And when I left, joined a national firm in the UK, smaller one. After qualifying, moved over to, at the time, Coopers & Lybrand in Glasgow. And, from there, was doing a mix of industries. And, all of a sudden, an opportunity came up in the insurance industry in particular to learn it, basically work with our London office. And I said yes, went for it, and kind of a little bit, the rest is history, if you like.
Brilliant. And that was in the audit type?
It was in the, yes, it was in the audit area. They had a London client, which had a large insurance subsidiary in Scotland, and they had no insurance experience. And another firm did that audit, and they wanted to try and win it. So, it was a great opportunity for me. I think I look at it as one of those things. I always see this to people even these days, when someone offers you something, really think about it. Don't necessarily say no. I mean, that I want to do insurance at that time. You know, it's not, you know, it's been great for me, but it's not the first thing a lot of people want to do. But it, you know, it changed my life really, I guess. It really changed what happened from there.
Very good. So from Glasgow to London, and then what brought you across the pond?
So I did a lot of work with the London office with those insurance guys, and someone had gone to New York, you know, the year before. I met them on a due diligence in Poland, of all places. It just showed you how that opened up, you know, really opened my eyes up. And, you know, checked in with them a year later. You know, the next thing I knew, I was interviewing to go on secondment. And I should step back a sec, because basically in Glasgow, you know, at the time, at CNL, a lot of people going around the world on secondment, all over the world. And I thought, you know what, I'm never going to get that chance again. And I'll probably hate it. But I want to give it a go. And, you know, then it became, where would I go? And, you know, that's how the insurance part came in. So I missed out a bit in the middle there, but that's kind of what happened. So got to New York, you know, just amazing, crazy, and also a bit scary at first from a work perspective, trying to acclimate, you know, going from, you know, traditional, you know, UK GAAP at the time, over to, you know, US GAAP, and also, you know, US statutory, which is a particularly different base of accounting for insurance companies. So, but I learned a ton, and it was you know, working with very different people to the kind of environment I'd worked in Scotland.
Brilliant, brilliant. So up to that point, Ken, your chartered accountancy qualification had essentially passported you across the globe. From, you know, as you mentioned 4 cities there in the space of 2 minutes: Glasgow, London, Poland, and Poland's not a city, before someone corrects me, and New York. How important do you think that passport is, and how maybe well known is it? That's the first question. Then the second question is, I know you are an AICPA, because obviously when you become a partner and a practicing partner, I think you have to do that. Talk us through your journey and into that qualification, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the CA, you know, I mean, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the CA. I wouldn't have spent the last 27 years in New York. Really changed my career. I mean, CA, and evidenced by what I said about the Glasgow office at that time. You know, no one else in other industries was making that kind of move. But a lot of people at the time in the firm in Glasgow were going everywhere. And I believe that's still the case today. It really is a global qualification. I think it's something people don't really think about when they're taking the exams and, you know, going through it. And it's something that, you know, never occurred to me until I saw it happening in front of my eyes. And I thought, you know what, I'll do it. And so I'd encourage anyone thinking about that. My goodness, you can really turbocharge your career. I mean, even if I had gone back to Scotland, it would really have helped my career back in the UK. But, you know, for me, it changed my whole career trajectory. And then, you know, having worked in the US, you know, after a year or so, kind of began to realize I was probably going to end up staying, or at least I was thinking of staying. Had a number of fellow chartered accountants, Irish and English members, who were doing the CPA, and I began to look into what would be involved. And, you know, it's a path in itself. You know, at the time, no kind of mutual recognition agreements or reciprocity for ICAS, at least. There were some in place for other institutes, but and, you know, basically went through as someone would from from the US, with an added wrinkle that since I did not have a US degree, I had to go through a whole process to even be able to sit for the exam. And at the time, I'm on the board of CAW USA right now, but at the time the predecessor was Charter United States, and that was my first stop actually to figure out what I had to do. So I had to submit my UK degree, my CA qualification, and then at the time Colorado, of all places, never been to Colorado in my life until then. They would accept that as entrance to the exam, and then you'd be able to go through without having to go through onerous additional classes, which was the case in New York, for example. So sat the exam, passed it, got my first license in Colorado, but then had to, get over to my home office, or where I was back in the New York area. And, then it was like, at the time, knocking down a bunch of barriers. New Jersey and New York, both took significant amount of time. New York ended up getting it because of length of years working in public practice. So it took quite some time. New Jersey was, believe it or not, I was short of liberal arts hours of all things, and I had to, go back to my higher qualifications from Scotland to try and remediate some of that. They ended up waiving a lot of it, but all this took time, took years.
My goodness, that is like that's some dedication, and it's some journey. Now, I know that you mentioned there reciprocity and mutual recognition agreements. Reciprocity, which is where professional bodies across the globe recognize each other's qualification, it has made things much easier. Now, we're in a little bit of I guess a juncture at the moment, because I know there's some reciprocity agreements being negotiated at the moment. But reciprocity has made it a little bit easier now for CAs to move to America. Am I right?
Yes, for some of the institutes, I believe the Irish, the CANs, there's one exam you can then sit now. For some time there, ICAS had a similar situation, but that is
yeah, that was the sensitive thing I was trying to skirt around. Apologies.
But the other than that, you need to set all 4 exams. So yes, there are opportunities for some chartered accountants to be able to do that.
And Ken, can I, sorry to interrupt, can I maybe put you on the spot? This might be an unfair question, but do you, having gone through the exams and obviously working there for so long now, and probably seeing CAs come in from other parts of the world into America, do you believe that reciprocity with add-on exams, or be it a law exam or a tax exam, can work on the basis of, are we of a similar qualification standard and, I guess, value set, ethics, quality around the globe? It's a very generic question, so I realize there's going to be a nuanced answer.
Absolutely. At a minimum, our chartered accountants are extremely well qualified. They have all of the key factors that you would need to be successful in the United States. The exams are very rigorous. The CA exams are very rigorous. With some work, with some effort in taking the exams, whether it be the single exam or all 4 parts, it is absolutely possible to do that without having to go back to complete basics. The level of knowledge, experience that chartered accountants have, the rigor of their exams really makes the CPA exam very attainable. And the whole ethos around the chartered institutes and chartered accountants around the world really lends itself to being able to to be successful in the United States and get that qualification.
Interesting. Thank you for that. And look, I do know that ICAS and hopefully ICAS will get the Reciprocity back up and running. Let's pivot a bit more to you personally. So you're a partner in Eisner Ampner, which I believe is about number 14 size firm in the States. Always been a firm I've been hugely impressed with across the globe. You seem to have specialized in sectors kind of earlier on than most non-big four firms.
So even, I've been with the firm 21 years this year, actually. And I was hired into the insurance industry. So they were thinking about industry specialization 20 years ago, which is kind of incredible for, the time, compared to the big four where I had been, a very small firm, which has grown significantly over the years. Now it's as you say, it's in the top 15. But they were really thinking ahead of their time. At the time I joined, still a mentor today, but there was a former Anderson's partner who came in. They hired him in to grow an insurance practice, and I could see the potential there, even at that time. One of the best things I ever did joining the firm, and listening to his vision, which was part of the firm's broader vision at the time, which really was beginning to focus on growth and specialization. So yes, really pretty much ahead of their time, I would say.
Brilliant. And I think they were, am I right in saying you were one of the first firms, or the first wave of firms to get PE investment as well? Is that right?
Yes. So that was around 4 years ago or so. We were the first of this current wave, which is it's really helped grow the firm, both increasing that industry and sector specialization, geographically really increasing the footprint, and then going with, being able to access to additional technologies, people management, etc. So it really has turbocharged the growth of the firm, in the last 4 years. So it's been an incredible journey for that as well.
It really, it's that there is a wave of it going on, certainly on this side of the Atlantic, and it really does seem to be the capital injection that is enabling firms to strive ahead, as you say, with technology or other specialists. Have you seen any cons with the PE investment? I mean, I know some of the regulators might be a little bit nervous about it all, but it's all been smooth, and quality and all the rest is kept sky high.
Yeah, I'm an audit partner, and my day-to-day audit job hasn't changed at all. We're still quality number one. We still we're still managed by CPAs. We're the people I report to haven't changed. We've changed from our legal structure, but my day-to-day role hasn't changed. There's nothing to be, from my perspective, there's nothing to be frightened of with PE. It's really allowed, the firm to accelerate growth, without any, without really any with no interference, really. It's really, helped us manage that pretty well, I would say.
Brilliant. And you mentioned there that one of the benefits of the cash injection was technology. Talk to me a little bit. I mean, do you have a fear that AI and robots are going to take our jobs and we're going to be redundant in the next couple of years? Or, is it more there's an upside and an opportunity to the AI play?
I mean, I think everyone really kind of wonders where it's going. I mean, personally, I think there's an upside to this. The like we as a firm recently hired a partner in charge of AI, like came from the outside. We're really investing heavily in AI. I think it's really being open to how it can change what you do and your day-to-day role, etc. I mean, personally, I wouldn't claim to be to have spent a lot of time working with it. I'm really learning as I go along, kind of dipping my toe in the water, if you like. But everything I've seen and heard suggests that there's an opportunity here rather than an ultimate cost. I like everyone else, you do you do think about it, and I read the papers. It clearly there are things that we haven't thought about which are going to happen with it, but I think we just got to see how it goes and really embrace the change.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, look, I completely echo what you say. To me, there's just endless opportunities that AI is going to bring. And certainly Chartered Accountants Worldwide did a survey of the members, and there is an overwhelming majority that are enthused and excited by the opportunities that AI are going to bring to the profession. So I don't think there's anything to fear. It's just whether we can keep up with it.
Right.
So Ken, a member of ICAS, so Chartered Accountants Scotland Council, congratulations.
Thanks.
What was the driving force to be a member of council? Because it must be difficult being a member on council when you're, based in New York. And do you see your role as being anyway different to the local council members?
Yeah, I had been beginning to get more involved with ICAS and CAWUSA, probably in the last 5-6 years. Been involved in it on and off here in my 27 years, but really began to kind of re-engage again. So I was as part of that, being the ICAS Home Institute member on CAWUSA, I was involved or would talk to a lot of people from ICAS back in the UK, back in Edinburgh, on an ongoing basis. And when I did think maybe I could add something when the opportunity to stand for council came up. So decided to give it a go, and this time was successful. I think what I can do a little differently is provide that perspective, that international perspective of members that maybe don't really engage with ICAS day to day because they're not in the UK. They're not utilizing a lot of the resources ICAS may have regularly. But one of the key things I think that ICAS does around the world, and particularly in New York, and combined with CAWUSA, is provide that networking ability. I didn't go to college here. The CAs coming from around the world, from ICAS, from the other countries, they didn't go to college here generally. So in the US, college is your network. So the ICAS and CAWUSA and other institutes, that really helps provide that network here, regular, meetings, updates, introductions, a certain level of knowing another chartered accountant, reaching out from business, etc. So I think it's providing the perspective that those overseas members pay their subs, making sure they get good value, feeding back concerns, maybe getting my perspective about what's good, what could be improved, how we can help the institute, also service those members extremely well, which I think they do. They really do a nice job of, providing individual networking resources, etc. on their own and combined with CAW USA.
Yeah, and I'm delighted you called out CAW USA so much there, Ken, because they do a phenomenal job. And I saw it when I travelled around when I was president of Chartered Accountants Ireland, kind of introducing, I call it the family of accountants, but introducing the global family of accountants to each other. So I do think they're doing exceptional work. Are you still seeing the influx of European chartered accountants into the States, or has there been any pause with recent global events?
It hasn't changed like right now. I mean, it's going to be interesting, I think, because I think a lot of transfers or etc. were probably in process. So I think it's going to be interesting to see whether that changes in the next few years or not. But as of now, haven't really seen a tail off in it. Still hear from members who are thinking of coming over. I had a call with a member yesterday, an ICAS member, kind of wanted to just chat about potential move over here. So that's still ongoing. So, but who knows whether that may change as we in this slightly different world that we're in there.
Yeah, but I look, it's really heartening to hear that there is still the conversations happening, because I mean, I do firmly believe that the global opportunity of chartered accountancy is immense, and the more that we can kind of cross fertilize around the globe, I think will be beneficial to all. So just to finish on that topic, congratulations on the appointment to council, and enjoy your time in it. I know it's a lot of volunteer effort that goes into it, and I can only imagine, especially with different time zones and everything. So congratulations on it, and enjoy the time.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you.
As we come towards the end, I wanted to kind of ask you, Ken. I mean, obviously you're a very experienced member of the profession. You've transcended work across the globe. You've stayed in the audit profession, which probably is one of the areas that is struggling to recruit people at the moment. What do you think? What would your message be to a chartered accountant, maybe of today or even tomorrow, as to why they maybe should consider the audit profession?
Yeah. So when I started, I never thought I'd basically make my whole career in audit. Never in a million years. However, it gave me, the audit profession really has given me, across a bunch of industries early on, even as I specialized into insurance, really seeing different kinds of companies, how they work, how they operate, really learning from that environment. And, it's also generally where, you have a high concentration of qualified chartered accountants and CPAs here that you're not necessarily going to see if you go into, into private. So that collegiality, I think, is really important for me. And, it's also, I think, shown an adaptability, the audit profession, even though we're compliance, I think we're getting better at, giving some added value as we go through, etc. So for me, it's really, I think though, it's also, I've changed locations, I've changed industries, I've changed firms. I've really had a pretty broad range of experience within the audit profession, and all of it's felt a little bit different. Even though I've been in my own firm this last 20 years, even that firm feels different in that period I've been there. So I'm not sure if that really answers your question, but that's what.
No, It does, absolutely. I think you put it perfectly, and I think even the way you said it, that whilst you've been in the same sector or audit field for your career, there is so many different facets and different opportunities and different challenges that it brings. I think you summed it up absolutely perfectly. Ken, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. I have to comment on your accent. You have kept the Scottish accent, which I'm delighted to say because I love the Scottish accent. So enjoy the next number of chapters in your career, and thank you so much for joining us today, and best of luck on your journey in council.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Sinead. Thanks a lot.
Cheers. And thank you to all of the listeners and watchers who have stayed with us till the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, and tune in for the next episode of Difference Makers Discuss. Cheers.